Reading triple on my mind, on my mind. Reading triple on my mind.
Hello everyone, welcome to the reading. It's great coming back to YouTube. I'm going to be having readings again about curious things I'm curious about, or interesting stuff. Let me just say first though, thank you to everyone that emailed me asking if I was okay and what was happening with me. The emails were interesting. There was a lot of people saying things like, oh, did you get sued? Or did I perish? Or what's going on? I'm okay, I'm alive and well, at the moment at least. As far as any legal situations or anything, no, I wasn't sued. No, YouTube didn't ban me or block me. There was no no problems with YouTube, or no issues with any celebrities or anything like that. I was just away doing things. I also want to say thank you to everyone that had readings with me while I was away. There's a lot of people that have had readings with me, so I appreciate that, even though I wasn't making videos on YouTube. So thank you very much. So today we're going to be looking up the whole, or looking at the energies, the whole Danish deception, right? Is it self-hate? Is it delusion? Is it white worship? We're going to be looking into the details of what's happening. But before I start, let me just pick up the energies and see what do I see, just in general and shit. What do we see as far as the energies? What do I see? So let's see. Also, I think I'm not supposed to have any swear words or something in the first 10 or 15 minutes. I don't know. I heard some lady say that on YouTube, that you can swear, but you can't just do it in the first few minutes or something, 10, 15 minutes. I don't know. But let's see what's going on with this lady. What can we see with this Danish deception lady, the African women? I'm not going to be saying their names and all of that. I don't got time for all that. Looking up what's their names. So I'm just going to be calling her the African lady and calling him the Danish guy. And basically looking into their energies that way, right? Okay, there's some unfinished business here, but I'm looking at her vibe here. Okay, she's juggling a few things in her life. I'm getting a vibe of juggling money. I don't know, juggling expectations. It's so funny when I say certain words, sometimes I say it with the accent, sometimes I have to catch myself. But I don't know if you guys caught that. But yeah, it's juggling expectations, juggling sort of money issues. Not just that, money is not so great for her right now. That could be a reason why she did the whole breakdown of the whole Danish deception. I'm also going to be looking to see if she was in on it, and I'm also going to be looking to see basically, is she just some scammer with this Danish guy? What's going on? Is it legit? But what I'm seeing here is that she is juggling a few things. I mean, money vibes and shit, just life and shit like that. Not just that, money is kind of not so great again at this moment. It's pretty small. In the spiritual realm, this is going to be affecting her emotions. You know what I mean? How she's feeling. The cards face down. It also represent things that's concealed, because it is sort of just face down and shit. And this is in a position of the spiritual ethers. So let's see. What can we see? The Six of Swords in reverse. Okay, well, she's not having the travel she wanted. Let me just put it that way. She had certain expectations. It didn't go down. We know that when we speak of the Six of Swords, it represents coming out of a bad situation, or trying to leave a bad situation and trying to just I don't know, start anew, right? You want something positive in your life. You want something better, That's in reverse here. So, I mean, and then what did I tell you even before I like seeing what this card was, because it was face down? I was telling you that like unfinished business with this whole Danish deception guy. You know, unfinished business. I'm seeing a meeting. What else can we see? Can we find some other details about this situation? What else can we see? So yeah, I hope everyone's okay. Happy holidays to everyone and all that good shit. What was I telling you about money, right? You see, the energy's like, it's coming out for us. I was telling you she's juggling like basically life issues, life things, whatever, and money. That's like a big situation, trying to make money. So what I'm seeing here is that money's not so good for her right now. She's juggling money problems. She's trying to bring things together as well. I'm getting like trying to bring shit together. So, I mean, you know, she's kind of going through it. What else can we see about this small money? What's going on with the small money and the energies of the current? The devil. This is almost like the lovers, but it's the devil. So, I mean, you know, love situations. Have her kind of stuck. Have her low on cash. Have, you know, has her money not right. You know, I don't know what this woman or lady does for a living. You know, a lot of the times, like, you know, when it comes to this social media world type stuff, a lot of people, not just women, even men, are like escorts. You know what I mean? They're doing some side action, you know, like they do what they do, whatever. It's kind of just like, maybe this whole Danish deception thing wasn't good for money. You know, it's kind of just like, I don't know. It's kind of just like, okay, she already had to deal with the loss of losing money because of that Danish deception guy. And now it's like she's losing money again because of this Danish deception guy, because she decided to, like, I guess, put things out. You know, because it's affecting her life. It's creating restrictions, right? So it's like this love situation, it has her stuck at the moment. It has her finances not right. What else can we see about her trying to move to like smoother waters and it basically not going down? What else can we see? We're going to tell you she's trapped. So she's trapped with the Eight of Swords. So this lady, this African lady, she's going through a lot. I believe she's Nigerian, if I'm correct. I'm just going to call her African lady. So she's going through a lot, this African lady. You know, she's stuck. Things aren't going so great for her. What can we see with this unfinished business regarding love? All right. What did I tell you? It's unfinished business. Moving towards someone, right? With the Chariot. Movement. Movement towards someone. Movement towards something. So this whole situation, it's going to be progressing. You know, I don't know if she's going to put it out there anytime soon, but this is not done. Let me just say that. It's almost like real life, you know, like when people break up and, you know, let's say 2-4 months pass, sometimes even 8, and then, you know, they randomly rekindle or, you know, they try to work things out. So that's what I'm seeing here, trying to work things out. Movement back towards this Danish guy. You know what I mean? Now, if it goes well or not, that's a whole other story. But it's definitely unfinished business here. So let's see. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to look into this Danish guy's vibe. What can I see about this Danish guy? What's going on with this whole Danish dude? What's going on with him? All right, so we have movement start. Okay. The Fool, so he's doing chill. Karma, though, but he has security. Oh, this guy, he's a sneaky guy. He's going to be okay, regardless of whatever. Let me just put it that way, right? You know, if people were kind of stupid enough to give this guy money, let's just keep it real, you know, from the African lady, the African woman, from her family, from her friends, you know, it's something obviously about this guy. I don't know what it could be, but obviously he has some sort of charm or some sort of like way with people where I guess he can use his mouth or whatever he's using to get what he wants. I'm still seeing that here. To crown the energy, though, let me just start that. We have communication. So, and this is multiple communication. So this guy, he's trying to communicate with whoever. The African woman, different people. This guy is a hustler. This guy is a scam artist. This guy is very sort of just like shady and shit. You see this here with the 7 of Swords at the bottom of this pile. So it's kind of just like, and for those that don't know my process, right? Because I know it's been a long time and I'm kind of just like starting it, like, yeah, like everyone knows what's up. Okay, so like each slot represents something, right? It doesn't always have to represent like basically like what the slot means, like, you know, all the time, right? Like this slot represents the past, this slot represents the present, this slot represents sort of just like your dreams, your aspirations, the spiritual ethers, the spiritual state. This represents the future. This is like what crowns the energy, and the bottom of the deck is almost like the crowning of the energy, but it's kind of just like vibes that's like simmering, basically. That's like at play here. So yeah. So let me just say that like this guy is the one who left her. You know what I mean? This guy, he's not sort of like a guy that sticks around like for a long time. This is a guy that's active, you know. So that's what I'm seeing here. He's very much so an active dude. Not just that, this guy does have luck because it's easy for him to have a new beginning. You know, things aren't stuck for him, especially with this being in the current. He is dealing with and will be dealing with some karma, though. Not just that, people perceptions of him with this judgment. There's a lot of damage control. Perhaps it's not why he's trying to communicate with her as well, because we know that the 8 of Wands represents communication and things happening fast and all of that. But this guy, he's going to be obtaining security. So I know that sometimes, like, when things are shady and things are, like, not so good, we want people to, like, I guess, suffer or, like, you know, be like, okay, like, that's it for the rest of your life. You did like bad things and like, yeah, life doesn't continue basically. What I'm seeing here is that this guy, he's gonna definitely be having security again. You know, the 4 of Pentacles represents security. This guy is big on security. Not just that, this is giving me, this simmering energy is giving me by hook or crook sort of vibes. So he's gonna get what he wants. And I would also say, like, if you guys are watching this video, I mean, you can listen to it if you just want to listen to it, but the images are very relevant with my readings. I would say like 90-80% of the time. Like, you know, because I know like some people like to just listen to it, but like if you look at this card, you definitely get like the hook or by crook or whatever, however the hell you say it. It's just like, yeah, this guy is shady and shit. In the communication. So like that's what I'm seeing here. A vibe of damage control. Not just that, he's dealing with some karma. Not just that, he's also dealing with other people's sort of just like judgment on him. But this guy, he'll be fine. It's kind of like, you know, he's about his security and all of that. I'm going to be looking to see like next, was this chick, like, is this, because sometimes it's like the snowball effect where he could have been scamming her, you know, let's say like $20,000 in or something, or $75,000 in, I don't know. He like scammed her and then she found out and then like she jumped on it, you know what I mean? And they like both started being into some weird shit together. Who knows? That's what I'm going to be looking into now. Is this a vibe of like a snowball effect, or is it just like a whole thing where he's just a scammer and like she's innocent? What can we see? Like, what's going on? Is there anything going on with that? Like, is he just the scammer? Is she in on it? Did she allow herself to be a victim? What can we see? Oh, there was definitely loss. He definitely scammed her. You know, the 5 of Cups represents sort of just like a loss, like grieving a loss, like being stuck on it, not being happy, you know. So she definitely went through some pain. So for everyone that's kind of like wondering like, oh, is she in on it and all that? No, she's not in on it. She's definitely a victim. So that's actually interesting. what I'm going to be looking into now is, let's see what I want to look into. Well, is it like a vibe of like self-hate? Like, what is up with her being scammed? Because we've seen that she was legit scammed. But like, is she just dumb? Is this white male worship? Like, what is going on with her? You know, because usually the Nigerians are the scammers. They're usually like the slick ones. Like, that's the, it's like fucked up to say. But that's usually like, you know, like what it is. That's like, you know, what people associate them with. So it's like, what is going on with her? Like, you know, it's kind of just like, you know, scamming is part of the whole Nigerian culture. And I know like some people aren't going to like that, but I actually have Nigerian friends, and I'm not just saying this, I legit do. And even one of my Nigerian friends is like a scammer. You know what I mean? He's a computer programmer, but he's like a legit scammer and shit. Do like crazy shit to make like good money and shit. But like, yeah, so it's kind of just like, you know, it is part of like the culture, you know. People don't want to admit it, but stereotypes exist for a reason, right? That stuff it's not just coming from hate. Stereotypes exist because it's a legit thing, right? So it's kind of just like this woman basically come from a line of scammers. I was supposed to be saying that, but this lady basically come from like scammers and shit. So it's kind of just like, lady, like, what's going on? It's just like, was your weave too tight? Was your wig too tight? Like, what were you not basically like seeing? Like, you know, were you basically like lacking like fucking blood flow to your brain? Like, what's going on? Like, how can you allow yourself to be like put in this situation when you're supposed to be the scammer? Not just that, I mean, I guess we can't really blame her too much because there were some other people that was scammed as well, from her family, from her white friends, and all sorts of weird shit. So it's kind of just like everyone's being scammed by this goddamn Danish deception. So it's like, let's see what's going on. Is it like a self-hate thing? With she wanted a future with this guy. She wanted a future with this guy. You know, she didn't want love with this guy. What else can we see about this situation? Also, not all the time will I do the slots as well. It's kind of just when I'm like, I mean, there's something beneath the surface here. Judgment. You know, these cards represent multiple things. The Judgment can represent things like beneath the surface. So it's saying it's something deeper as well here, right? Because this Judgment is also about like revival, right? Esoterically. It's kind of like a revival from the dead or revival from sleeping and all that good stuff. So what I'm seeing here is that also my ADHD is kicking in. Now that I think about it, you're not supposed to use any curse or swear words like the first 15 or 10 minutes of a live. This isn't a live. This is an actual video. Like yeah, recorded. I don't know what you call it, but it's not live. So it's kind of just like, okay, so I guess I'm not supposed to be probably using any swear words. But okay, but anyway, it's kind of just like there's things beneath the surface here. What else can we see beneath the surface with this African lady? What's going on here? What else can we see? She did see this guy as, before I get to this face down card, let me just, like, get into this vibe. This lady, you know, from what I've seen, you know how it's like she's always saying things like, oh, you know, I'm not a gold digger. I'm not, you know, like there's an expression or a saying where, you know, I forgot how to say it exactly, but it's kind of just like you protest too much. You know, like when someone says something like, oh, I'm not a liar, I'm not a liar, or oh, I'm not a thief, I'm not a thief. And it's kind of just like, okay, you keep saying that, but it's kind of just like unnecessary because it's almost like a guilty conscience, or it's almost like you trying to like cover up your steps or something. The money situation wasn't good from the jump. You know, I know that when people hear of all these like sums of money, that was like, I think she lost, if I'm correct, $100,000. So she says, or $150,000, and the rest came from like family and friends. Now, for like average people, that's like, oh, okay, that's like decent money, whatever, you know. But you know, depending on like your lifestyle and your circumstances, you know, you can still have money problems. I say all that to say, right, that money wasn't good from the start. Let me just say that. Money wasn't good from the start, you know, like with her. So I don't know, like, what was going on with her, but it wasn't all that great, you know? So how she's all like, oh, you know, I'm not like a gold digger and all that. It's basically bullshit, because what I'm seeing here is that she was looking to be rescued, you know? The Six of Swords is all about, like, again, like, moving to smoother waters, wanting to, like, you know, find stability, like, find a comfortable space, right? And then it's kind of just like a man that's, like, in, like, you know, with the imagery, like, you know, it's kind of just like a woman with her kid, and it's like a man helping this woman basically move to, like a better opportunity. She was looking for a better opportunity. She seen this guy as basically like a savior. So what I'm seeing here is that she did see him as some sort of just like white savior that was gonna like save her, like help her with her money problems, like change her life, like have her move and shit. And he was just gonna be this boss guy, kind of just like, okay, yeah, I'll save you and all that. And obviously we knew that he was a scammer. So this is coming from a situation of almost like desperation or hope, you know. It's kind of just being like, a lot of women find themselves in this situation, like when things aren't so great for them financially, you know, like meeting a guy, and it's kind of just like the woman's kind of already desperate to begin with, and then it's kind of just like the guy doesn't even have to do so much. And, you know, then she's like more prone to experiencing bad things, right? Manipulation and abuse and all that. What is this face down energy? Okay, this thing with her vibe, this always like juggling things in her life, right? Juggling perceptions of herself is what I'm getting. Juggling money problems, juggling relationships. This lady, she is a bit unstable. So there is sort of just like some sort of like mental issue there with instability, right? And I'm not like saying this to be like mean or anything like that. It just is what it is, right? It's kind of just like, you know, like if you're sneezing and coughing and have a, you know, sore throat and all that craziness, you know, you have a cold or something, you know? So just like acting like it's not there, you know? It's kind of like crazy. So like there's definitely something here going on with white male worship and shit like that, and her looking to be rescued. So yeah, so I think, I mean, I don't know, I didn't write down any questions. This was just random things I was thinking about. I decided to come back to YouTube. I was just like, okay, I think it's been what, like a year or two. I'm gonna find out once I'm done with this video and I end up uploading it to YouTube. It's gonna tell me like when's the last time like, you know, I'm going to look at like basically like my last upload when it happened. I don't know when it happened. I'm guessing maybe in 23, maybe 24. I don't know. Let's see. Do I have any other questions, or am I done here? Let's see. I guess I'm going to just let it be done here. Like, you know, this was just random. It's funny, right? Because like I seen a video about it, right? Because I wasn't gonna watch. I think it was like she made like 30 videos or something. I don't know, like she made a lot of videos. They're short, I think, but she made a lot of videos like talking about it, and hell no, I wasn't gonna watch any of that. I was just watching basically like I seen like 2, 3, or 4 videos, like content creators basically like talking about it. And yeah, I was kind of like what's going on here? And I was just randomly just gonna like look this up. But then after, I was like, you know what, I haven't been on YouTube in a long time, and so let me actually just record myself looking into the energy and shit. And let me just say that like when I decided, like when I wanted to look at it originally, like look into this like energy, like 2-3 weeks passed already. Because like when I wanted to do it, like it was like fresh, it was new, this whole Danish deception thing. But then it was like I was just like busy with life and shit, and I was just like, and I'll have like free time, and it's kind of just like, okay, let me just look into it. But I'm not even that interested anymore. I had more enthusiasm like when it was fresh. But I'm gonna leave it here. Yeah, hopefully you guys like this video. Definitely press the thumbs up button. Peace and abundance, and enjoy yourselves.